Okay, this is getting ridiculous because I'm on like my umpteenth attempt to try to record this week's podcast. And normally, what I do is I just hit record all episodes for the week in one sitting. Takes me about an hour and I'm done. That has not happened this week. I'm pretty convinced at this point that the devil is keeping me from doing this. I'm being honest here. Because this week I'm talking about Micciche Money Principles. It's a very important topic. I think everybody should have their own set of principles based on their values, their beliefs, what's important to them in life. And I don't know why I'm struggling so much to articulate my own family money principles, but I'm going to try to. Hopefully we won't stumble too much. So let me back up. Welcome to a new week here on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast. I'm your host and guide, Ashley Micciche. My goal is to simplify the complexities of retirement so you can focus on what really matters, which is enjoying your retirement years. You've worked decades. You've saved, you've invested, you've planned, you've done all the right things, and we want to retire with confidence. And I want to help you do exactly that here on the podcast. I'm a financial advisor as well. I'm the co-owner of True North Retirement Advisors, a fee-only fiduciary financial advisory practice managing over $425 million in client assets. I've been an advisor for 17 years and I've helped hundreds of clients make the all-important transition into retirement, and I want to help you do exactly that. Okay, back to the topic for this week, Micciche Family Money Principles. The backstory here is around 2012, 2013, I had a reversion, or the start of a reversion back to my Catholic faith. I grew up Catholic, fell away for a long, long time. I used to joke that every year for Lent, I was going to give up Catholicism. Not funny. Don't do that if you're Catholic. Anywho, but I fell away from the church for a really long time, and I had a very slow reversion over a period of years back to the faith. And I had a lot of knowledge just because of my career and my background in finance of the proper things to do with one's money if you want financial security. After all, I advise clients on this all day long, but I felt like there was a gap, like a knowledge gap between what I know one should do with their money in order to give themselves a good chance of financial security and living a comfortable retirement and not having to worry so much about money and not making bad decisions with money, like avoiding all those mistakes. I feel like I had a pretty good grasp of all of those things. But what I failed to grasp was, what does God want me to do with the money that has been entrusted to me? I had a pretty good idea of stewardship because that's what a good financial advisor does. They're a steward of their clients' assets. And there's connections between this to the Bible as well, the parable. There's more than one parable about stewardship, but it talks about how people who are good stewards and who do the right things with what has been entrusted to them, it's not their money, it's somebody else's. They're just guarding it and protecting it and being a good steward of it for a period of time. And when you're looking at money in the context of religious values or beliefs, especially from a Judeo-Christian viewpoint, the concept of stewardship, I think, is very important. And so money is important to God. How we handle money is important to God. It points a lot at our values and what's important to us and what we truly believe. Because if you say one thing, but you do something else, then what do you really believe? Do you really believe what you're saying, or do you believe what you're doing? So whether you're a Christian or not, I think it's really important to explore your own beliefs and values about money, because you can use these values and beliefs as a guide or a framework for making important financial decisions. So I'll talk a lot this week about my particular money principles. When I say I mean our money principles for our individual family. There's a certain set of beliefs and values that drive the financial decisions that we make. But whether you agree with those beliefs or not, the framework for that around lifestyle choices, saving, spending, transferring wealth, estate planning, giving decisions, those should all be driven by a particular set of values, because you can make better decisions. You can make cohesive decisions rather than just blowing in the winds of like, well, I feel this way today, so I'm going to give my adult child a down payment for their house. And then, 2 weeks later, I don't know. you want to be able to make smart and consistent decisions with your money that is rooted in something other than just what you feel like that day. So, a system of principles that is driven by your values and beliefs will help you to make those cohesive decisions. So, I'm going to outline this framework, this set of values, these principles this week, and hopefully you can use that to build your own framework for your own set of family money principles that can then guide your decisions, help you make smarter decisions. And I hope to provide a lot of actionable insights for you this week and really a guide for you to be able to create your own money principles. All right, come on back tomorrow. I'm going to talk about there's a few legs of the stool, but the most important leg, the leg that you never want to get wobbly, is the lifestyle leg. So we're going to talk about Micciche Money Principle number 1, having everything to do with lifestyle, because that really drives decisions there, drive actions and decisions everywhere else, whether it's giving, wealth transfer, all those things. So coming back tomorrow, I'm going to dive into that in a little bit more detail. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Ashley Micciche, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips Podcast.